Hello, everyone. Welcome to Behind the Helm. If you want to check out this show live, make sure you go to Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch every Thursday at 4. Listen to the show in your car, maybe Google Podcasts, wherever you could find a podcast, and search up Behind the Helm. Enjoy the show.
Episode 69. Episode 69, MWR. Welcome in, everybody. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you for tuning in to Behind the Helm. If this is your 69th time here, hey, that's awesome. Thank you so very, very much. I have an interesting story to tell you today. I have some great news, and it's going to be a good show. We're going to be talking about Leave a little bit, what that is for those who don't know, and we're going to talk about MWR, which some of you may know what MWR is, but you might not be utilizing it to its fullest. And what I will tell you is that there's probably a lot of things that I'm going to go over that you might even know more about too. So if you're out there, first off, make sure you smash that like button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the bell, get the notifications, find it, like it, share it, follow it. Even if this information isn't for you, you never know who you might help out. So with MWR, we can learn a little bit more about some great benefits that are available to military members that maybe you're just not realizing you can take advantage of. So again, episode 69, thank you so much for being here. We're still pushing in the Facebook realm to get over that 1,000 follower threshold. We kind of stalled out. We're still in the upper 700s, so if you can, like and follow the show and make sure that you share it. But if you're on the other platforms, if you're out there on Twitch or you're out there on YouTube, that's fine too, right? Well, let me switch over to the multi-stream here so I can make sure that I can see everything as people chat in. All right, so we're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, like it says, every Thursday. I'm still working on the audio. We will be back on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the podcasting as soon as I find a program to rip audio from the video files. So if anybody's got a lead on that where I can rip some audio files and then be able to kind of edit it where it's not going to cost me an arm and a leg, hey, drop me a line. Still doing this for free with my own equipment. Actually, a lot of the equipment that we use is Petty Officer Levesque's, and he left it here so we could continue on the show while he's out in San Diego. I actually just had a call from him. He's doing great. For anybody who wondered, he actually told me that on the base he's at, they have a golf center where you can get lessons for really cheap, and they have free clinics, and this guy will just come out and give you tips for free. So he's living it up right now, doing the school thing. So again, welcome into Behind the Helm. Please make sure to smash that like button. We need to do an homage to the Eagle today, and this is going to be the last episode till after Thanksgiving, because next Thursday it's Thanksgiving. Hopefully you have some plans. Right? You got some plans, going to eat with the family, maybe do a Friendsgiving, whatever it is that you're doing. We won't be on next Thursday, okay? So with that being said, we're going to give the Eagle the pin to make it happen. We have some executive Navy pins that came in, not our normal pins, right? A little bit nicer pin for our Eagle so that if he needs to sign anything while I'm gone, he can. So we're going to leave this one here for the Eagle. You know what? I think we're going to prop it up right here in our shell that we got from Chief Snyder. So, again, thank you so very much for coming in. You're live right now. Make sure to give a shout out on the comments section. Since it's live, I can see it. I'll chat with you, give you a shout out. Shout out to Anderson High School. I was there doing presentations all day yesterday. All day today, interesting day today, and then I'll be there all day tomorrow, so look forward to seeing you guys again. And then next week, I'm actually going to Frankton High School and Delta High School, so if you're out there and you attend those schools, I look forward to seeing you guys as well. Just bringing information in. So let's talk about Leave, and let's talk about MWR. So what is Leave? Normally when you go out and you get a job, right, and you hear people talk about vacation time, like I'm going to take some days off. A lot of times with entry-level jobs, or the type of jobs that we talk about that you're going to go out right after high school and get, if you take time off, it's more of just like working your schedule around or asking for some days off, but they're not paid until much later, where maybe you earn some vacation time, or the little bit higher tier jobs where after you've worked there for 90 days, a lot of times a year, you've earned some vacation time that you can take, or personal days. These are days where you're taking off, where normally you would be working and you're getting paid to do so. So you're still getting your pay for your time off. Kind of tough to find a job like that right out the gate with no qualifications, or you have no job experience. Well, fun fact, in the Navy, you get 30 free days of leave every year that you can take whenever you want, as long as there's, not a major evolution going on. Since we're rolling into the holiday season, it's a great time to talk about it. So a lot of times people have concerns that, hey, if I join, I have to go away. Right? I'm going to be away from my family. I'm not going to see them. Minimum active duty time is 4 years. Do I really want to be away from my family for 4 years? Now, some of you may be out there listening and thinking, wait a minute, you're going to pay me to be away from my family for 4 years? Heck yeah, sign me up, right? But in a general sense, especially here in the Midwest, that's not something that we want to do. We're closer to our family. So how do we go about this? Well, first and foremost, you have to remember we're talking about the Navy, right? So with the Navy, we tend to be coastal. We think of ships, we think of the ocean, we think of beaches. So most of the time we're going to be stationed in those areas that are kind of more of a vacation spot anyway. However, you can take your leave and come home. I was stationed in Virginia. I would take leave and come home for the holidays. I came home when one of my nephews was born. I was here. Okay, I was able to take leave and come home. Now, what does that mean, leave? Well, the thing with the Navy is that you're getting paid twice a month, every month. That's a guaranteed thing. That's going to happen, right? So when you put in for leave, you're basically saying, hey, I'm going to take these days off of work, and I'm going to, either just be at home, or I'm going to travel, and I'm going to go do some things. With us, leave is paid. You're earning 2.5 days every single month, and that starts the day you get in, right? You can bank it up, you can take it when you want. So I would take it and come home, and I'd be sitting at home here in Indiana. By home, I mean coming back and seeing my family, and I would be getting paid to do it, right? On top of that, you got to think too that since you're going to be living in an area that most of the time is more of a vacation type of spot, I know personally, like even my family had came out and visited me when I was in Virginia to come see things and kind of vacation. And there were times I didn't even have to take leave. They would just come and stay at my house and go and see things during the day. And then after I would get off work, they would be there. So you have this availability as well. So 30 free days, basically paid vacation days. Well, like I said, you don't have to use it to go home and see family. You can use it for whatever you want. So prior to the pandemic, when I first moved back to Indiana, I'm able to see my family. So now what am I going to use my leave days for, right? Well, me and my wife, Claire, decided that we were going to take a cruise, right? So I took leave. We went on a cruise, went to the Caribbean. And so basically I'm sitting on, a cruise ship out, just having some drinks, having a good time, and I'm getting paid to do it because it's paid vacation time. And you get that just starting out. So it's not something that you have to be in for a year or 90 days to get. You're going to get this benefit just because you're in, okay? And we're getting ready to move into and kind of talk about MWR, which is a benefit that both you and your family can take advantage of. And by family, I mean immediate family. We're talking husband, wife, kids, that you get as soon as you join as well, right? But before we do that, I want to remind you to smash that like button, hit that bell, make sure you subscribe, find it, like it, share it, and make sure that you follow it, all right? But before we do that and move forward, I want to tell you some great news. So today I was going through some of our accounts and messing with some stuff, and I had gotten some emails, and I just want to give a huge shout out to everybody that has been following and sending stuff in. You know, a lot of times we do our Q&A at the end of the month, so we have people sending in for that. Well, apparently we have been rated by an independent study the #1 military podcast in Indiana. I don't know. Thank you. Thank you very much. #1 military podcast in the state of Indiana. And apparently we were in the running for the Midwest. I don't know how that works. I don't really know where this independent study is from. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research. I didn't look into it too much, but that is all because of you, because of our listeners, because of those who continue to follow and share and like the feed. You are just making us more noticed. And I just want to tell you from the bottom of my heart how much I appreciate that. #1 military podcast in Indiana. Are there any other ones in Indiana? I don't know. All I know is we're #1. So thank you guys so very, very much for that. And we're going to take a look at MWR and what that is and how you can take advantage of it. So this isn't just for somebody who's not in the military. This isn't just for somebody who's looking at joining. If you are currently in the Navy, you might find some very interesting information here. And I can tell you that I haven't taken advantage of MWR in every way that I can. So there might even be a few things that I'm still learning about MWR because their reach is very far and wide, and they provide so much for the Navy. And, you know, want to look at that, and I want to give a shout out to anybody who's ever worked for MWR or anybody who is involved with MWR. Thank you so very much. So each command that you go to,